Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. It's my pleasure to be here with you. I share with you many lessons and insights and inspirations of a lifetime of, I'll be 79 in 2 months. And I've been a clinical psychologist for over 45 years. So it's my intention to give you ideas and concepts and a reality that will influence you and your descendants for generations to come. That's my intention today. Today's presentation I'm dedicating to Fareed and Gina Tabrizi, and the title of today's presentation is Harmony Heals. Harmony Heals. When we're talking about harmony, we're talking about many aspects of unity, peace, cooperation, synchronization, serenity. We'll be talking about that. And we're going to talk about conversely how disharmony causes illness. Harmony heals, disharmony causes illness. And I'm going to give you the bottom line now. The path to harmony is honor. Without honor, there's no such thing as harmony. So we're going to talk about different aspects of harmony. Harmony of thought, harmony of relationships with others, harmony with ourself, cellular harmony. So we'll be talking about harmony at different levels. First, we're going to talk about harmony of thought. You cannot have harmony if you're having an internal war inside yourself of thoughts. Most of the internal wars that you're going to have to do with the two primary human tendencies that are of a sexual and aggressive nature. Sexual and aggressive. It's just part of the psyche. You can have very angry thoughts towards people, trying to hurt them, hit them, take revenge. Sexual thoughts towards many people. Perhaps you're married, you have a significant other, yet you're having some of these thoughts. And that you will not be at peace with yourself. You can't be. There's no harmony in that. So we're going to talk about how do you bring that into harmony. Well, to understand how to achieve harmony, you have to understand your identity. The thoughts that pop into your mind do not define who you are. You have to understand that. The thoughts that pop into your mind do not define who you are. They're based on your genetics. The sexual aggressive impulses that come from your genetics. Based on your genetics, your family upbringing, societal norms. You can have disharmony over other aspects other than sex and aggression. You have disharmony over all facets of loss, whether it's loss of your health, loss of money, loss of relationship. Other forms will also cause you to have an upset harmony, and you go into disharmony, which then causes illness. Your identity. The thoughts that pop into your mind do not define who you are. You're a reflection of the thought you choose to have. So let's say you have a thought towards somebody. I just want to slap that person to keep insulting. I want to just slap them. But then so you're not responsible for that thought. You are responsible for what you balance. So what you balance it with. So a key part of harmony is balance. And let me explain to you the mechanism of balance. Balance, as I'm talking about it now, has to do with choice. Balance is essential for harmony, which involves choice. So if you have the thought, you just want to slap this person, tell them off. And then you say to yourself, I wish you well. Yeah, but it's not the first time he did. I just want to get that guy. And you go, I wish you well. So honor demands that we balance it. And I'm going to show you the path to honor. Honor demands that we balance it with an honorable thought. Well, I wish you well is one of those honorable thoughts. We're going to talk about 4 of them today. So who are you? What is your identity there? Your identity is not the person that's hostile that wants to tell that person off or hurt them. Your identity is you're a well-wisher because you chose that thought. Now, you got to keep this in mind. When you say, I wish you well, that negative thought that's roaring in your ear, I just want to hit that guy. That's more powerful than the thought, I wish you well. That negative thought is more powerful in the short term. But by going, I wish you well, you're balancing it, you're not feeding it, and that kind of negative thinking will come less often, with less intensity and less frequency and less duration. So balance is key. You want to balance your thoughts with honorable thoughts. So what are the four most honorable thoughts in the universe? I found them. It took me 45 years to really put it together. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. Because you can't be at peace with yourself. You can't be at inner harmony if you're blaming somebody. So that's why you're taking responsibility, not to beat yourself up and go to all kinds of guilt, but you're taking responsibility enables you to not lose your power, to gain power and not be lost in blaming, which will cause you disharmony and a death process. Harmony heals. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. 3, I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. You don't want your hardships robbing you of your harmony. You don't want your hardships, your setbacks, your crises, your tribulations, your failures to rob you of your harmony. And the only way you can do that is be totally committed to this thought, what I call the warrior's commandment of honor. They're called the 4 commandments of honor. They're also called the 4 principles of honor, the 4 self-commandments of honor. They already exist in you. By repeating these thoughts, you're just really calling up the embers of honor that reside within you to become a flame of honor within you. So I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. And then one of 2 thoughts, depending on whether you believe in God or not in your spiritual orientation. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. And the other is, God, your wish is my only wish. Depends whether you believe in God or not. I believe in God, so I use God, your wish is my only wish. Now, for you to achieve optimal harmony, you have to commit your life to the path of honor, because there is no harmony without honor. There is no harmony without honor. And harmony heals, disharmony destroys. So I have people take the pledge. I have people raise their right hand and they repeat these words after me. As a disciple of honor, I pledge myself for all the days of my life to the 4 commandments of honor. And I'll teach them to those I love. I'll repeat them every morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll listen to myself recite them. I say, welcome to the brotherhood. Welcome to the sisterhood. 95% of the people who take the pledge feel good right away. 95, no matter how despondent they were. 95% of the people feel more hope instantly. And 92% say they feel more meaning in their lives instantly. So already they're going into a state of heightened harmony as soon as they take that pledge. So now you have the 4 commandments of honor and a lifetime commitment. That's the foundation to harmony. No such thing as harmony without honor. Honor is the path to harmony, to true harmony. Then you want to maximize the possibilities, the probability that you will apply the 4 commandments of honor. So I have what's called a bridge from honor to reality, a bridge from honor to reality. And it's a question. It's repeated after the 4 commandments of honor. And the question is this: what is the most honorable thing to think, say, and do? What is the most honorable thing to think, say, and do? So for me, it would be, God, your wish is my only wish. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality, my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. What is the most honorable thing to think, say, and do? So honor then becomes the gold standard for everything in life, for assessing all your thoughts, words, and actions. The gold standard. There's no such thing as harmony without honor. There's no such thing as even true happiness without honor. You can have fun, pleasure, excitement, entertainment, but not true happiness. When you pursue honor, true happiness will come, harmony will come, self-esteem will come, self-respect, self-confidence, wisdom, and enlightenment. All come on the path to honor. All come with that path. So you have the bridge. 4 commandments of honor, the pledging your life to them, to repeating them 3 times a day for life, and teaching it to the ones you love, and then the bridge from honor to reality, repeating that. And then you use that bridge in any situation that you're in. Now, I'm going to read you a short poem that kind of encapsulates one of the biggest challenges. How could you be at harmony? How can you have harmony if you're going to respond to loss, which is inevitable? If you respond to loss with tremendous disruption of emotionally and psychologically and every way being disrupted, you have to maintain your harmony in the midst of that. So here's a little poem I have to incorporate this. Do not mountains crumble over time and continents split apart? Did not dinosaurs in their plentitude roam the earth and become extinct? Mighty empires and their kings who ruled in all their glory vanished into the mist, and their names utterly forgotten. Will not all that stands that is not spirit decompose into its elements? Is life what it seems, and death itself but a dream? Your life is going to be ever-changing. It will not be stable. These empires, great kings, I mean, even in our lifetime, Saddam Hussein, he was the king of kings. It's just all the wealth and women and power within his kingdom. Totally annihilated, destroyed, humiliated, hung. And his children, who were just brutal to so many people, killed. Anything with his name taken down, his statue taken down. We've seen that in our own lifetime. Gaddafi, same thing. Killed, beaten to death by his own people. Then you look at all the kings and queens and rulers and dictators of the past. Annihilated. So to think that we'll escape that, the kind of loss, you're going to have loss medically, illnesses, people you love getting sick, dying, you losing health, possibly losing freedom because you're being incarcerated or someone you love being incarcerated, legal hardships, all these instabilities. But you cannot allow it to rob you of your harmony. Some people, when these things happen, they get stressed, they turn to drugs, alcohol, whatever, because they've lost their harmony. Harmony heals, disharmony destroys. Harmony is life, disharmony is death. The only way you're going to be able to ride the waves of change and ride the waves of consequences and karma is honor. Otherwise, there's no end to it. Things are not always going to go your way. You already know that. When you were born was a disruption to your harmony. You were all satisfied in the womb whenever you came out, and there's lights, and you get whacked on the butt, and you're crying, and you're disturbed. Your harmony's gone. So we want to be able to maintain the key about harmony is not just have harmony during the good times, but having the perspective. Now, what causes all stress, not 99%, but 100% of all stress is caused by loss of perspective. The person says, oh, I see the nature of the universe and of my life. I see it. I see what it is. What is it? I lost my house and I lost my job. This is horrible. And the whole universe is defined by that loss. Losing a house is terrible, no doubt about it. But that's not what causes the stress. What causes the stress is losing perspective and seeing what you do have. You have this finger, this finger, this finger, this finger, this eye, this eye. You're in good health. Your family's in good health. Your children, your wife, whomever. It's what we don't see that's causing the stress. Loss of perspective causes all stress. So as a disciple, then your harmony is gone. When you lose perspective, you lose your harmony. Being a disciple of honor optimizes keeping perspective, optimizes it. Now, so you want to have that harmony of thoughts, which then leads to harmony with others, whether it's your employees, your employer, your significant other, your wife, your husband, whomever, your friends. And how do you have that harmony there? You cannot be in harmony with yourself if you're not in harmony with your spouse. You cannot possibly be in harmony with yourself if you're not in harmony with your significant other. For you women, you cannot be in harmony with yourself if you're not in harmony with your husband or your boyfriend that you're very close to. Men, you cannot be in harmony with your wife or your girlfriend you can't be in harmony with them, you can't be in harmony with yourself. So how do you achieve this harmony? Well, once you have this harmony with yourself and you get into an issue with that significant other, you get upset with them. You go, well, I wish you well. I wish you well. That helps maintain that. And then you have respectfully real communication. You have the right to be who you really are as long as you express yourself in a respectfully real manner. So if you're being real and say, I just want to be real with you, I think you're ugly, stupid, I should never have married you, just being real, well, that's destructive. You do it when you're angry, that's destructive. If you say, when you said what you did, sweetheart, I felt so hurt and humiliated. If you could find it in your heart to apologize, I'd be grateful. That creates a bridge or connection. So respectful real communication, which is the communication mode for honor to create harmony, is you express more of the underneath dynamics. Underneath all anger, all aloofness is always vulnerability. Always vulnerability. The person feels neglected, abandoned, hurt, jealous, disrespected, humiliated, overwhelmed. Always. So then we have one I call one of the laws of honor, 25 laws. I refuse to react to your negativity. I'll only respond to your vulnerability. I refuse to react to your negativity. I'll only respond to your vulnerability. A 2-year-old came up to you and goes, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. You don't go, I hate you too, you brat. You poop in your diaper and you tell me you hate me. Heck, I hate you. No, you say, come here, Mio. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, darling. Come here, because you respond to the vulnerability. So it doesn't matter if somebody's 2, 22, or 102. You want to be responding to the vulnerability. And when you're angry, I refuse to react to my negativity. I'll only respond to my vulnerability. You're always vulnerable. Whenever you're angry or getting aloof and distant to protect yourself, you're always vulnerable. And you ask the question, well, what is my vulnerability here? You want to respond only to your vulnerability. So this respectful real communication, which is the honorable way to communicate, will keep that bridge and that connection to your significant other. So certainly another aspect is, in terms of maintaining harmony, is perspective. We've already talked about that. Then at a cellular level, you have on every cell membrane epigenes which communicate to your genes. It turns good ones on or off, turns harmful ones off and on. So through a process of many processes such as carbon methylation, you can turn on constructive genes through constructive thoughts, because the epigenes are very responsive to communication. So by having these constructive thoughts, these honorable thoughts, you can then turn on very constructive genes. For instance, the P53 gene, which help fight off cancer, can be turned on through these thoughts. So your thoughts will maintain harmony at a cellular level. Of course, then you want to do your breathing, your exercise. You want to keep that flow going at a physical level. No question about it. But what's often ignored is the thought level, the cognitive level. Honor is the path to harmony. Dishonor is the path to disharmony. Honor is the path to harmony. That's the bottom line. I've shown you the way to honor this path, and this is the way you'll achieve healing and health through harmony. It's my pleasure to present this to you. Thank you. Okay.